Welcome to the So You Missed Church podcast. We are happy to have you here with us today. Happy Monday to you. This is Clint Daly, and I'm hoping that we can help get your week started in a positive way. You know, here at the podcast, we've been discussing a few things over the past few weeks. We have talked about who God is and who Jesus is. And today, we're going to get to another question that, once again, could have a number of varied answers. Here is my question to you this week on the So You Missed Church podcast. What exactly is the Bible? Is the Bible a holy book that actually contains the answers to life's problems? Or is it just a bunch of nonsensical stories and rules that are outdated and passed down from generation to generation? Well, today, I want to dig into that just a little bit. The Bible itself is a collection of 66 different books, believed to be inspired by God. And it was written by more than 40 authors over a span of about 1,500 years. You know, it's interesting because a lot of times we don't look at the Bible as being a historical document. We look at it as just being a religious document. And yet there is significantly more documentation for the books of the Bible than there are for other historically recognized authors and literature, including people like Plato. In fact, excavation sites and artifacts also provide evidence that many of the events, the people, and the places mentioned in the Bible did actually exist. We know they have discovered evidence of the Hittite people. They've discovered evidence of the city of Jericho. The Gospels, the first 4 books of the New Testament, give multiple points of view of Jesus' life, and in many cases, they were written within the lifetimes of the people who witnessed the events that were recorded in the Bible. And different writers focused on different aspects. But they did all have the same message. Jesus taught, he healed, he performed miracles, he died on the cross, he rose from the dead. That doesn't change in any of them. Now, looking at the Bible right now, are there passages that we can find in our modern world to be problematic? Yes, there are. Are there passages that can be confusing to us in our modern world? Yeah, without a doubt. So here is where I have to apply a little bit of common sense. Stay with me here. Let's say that you and your very best friend in the entire world separately write a story. Would it tell the same story? Or would it most likely be completely different in every single way? Now I want you to picture a story being written by around 40 different authors, most of which had never even met each other over a span of around 1,500 years. Do you think that story would meld well together? Yeah, me neither. That tells me that this book, the Bible, is more than just a wacky book of made-up stories by a bunch of old men that just happen to magically all flow together. And that tells me that the Bible had to be orchestrated from one single, all-powerful source. To act like all these different people just had their own agenda and wrote their own thing over that span of time, it just doesn't pass the common sense test. The Bible had to come from one source, and we believe that it did. Remember, you can always contact the podcast at youmissedchurch@gmail.com. We do want to be a source of help to you. So if there's something that you think you would benefit from hearing about or something you would like me to address, feel free to reach out to us. We want to be a source of encouragement to you. You can follow us on Facebook. You can follow us on X at You Missed Church. You can also follow us and subscribe to the podcast on YouTube and listen to the podcast over there. I wish you all a very happy Monday this week, and I hope that you have a great week.